Donald Trump's disapproval has exploded in the last 2 weeks. And there seem to be two big factors. Number one, Trump's just tragically, historically disastrous response to the recent mass shootings. And then in addition to that, you've got the continued recession fears and stock market crashes, 800 points lost on the Dow yesterday, more than a 3% decline there and on the NASDAQ and on the S&P 500. And Donald Trump just continues to tweet nonsense about the economy and about trade and about who's to blame. And the most amazing thing about all of this is that a Fox News poll finds that Trump is really not doing well. Fox just released a presidential approval poll, which has Trump at 56% disapproval. Now, before I go any further, it's shocking that it's only 56%. In other words, the fact that only 56% of the country disapproves of the job Trump is doing is a real red flag about tens of millions of people in our country. But needless to say, this has now basically tied the record for the highest Trump disapproval. The point here is the trend line. Trump's disapproval is up 5 full points from last month. And again, it's back to essentially statistically matching the record high disapproval Trump has had during his presidency, which was October of 2017, nearly 2 years ago. And the timing of this from an electoral perspective could be good as we start to get into the 2020 election in full. And meanwhile, Donald Trump continues to do nothing substantive about economic policy, obviously, because he doesn't understand it. He continues to do nothing substantive about the gun violence issues in the United States. And the same Fox News poll found that 2/3 of Americans, this is a significant majority in such a hyper-partisan environment, 2/3 of Americans want a ban on assault rifles and semi-automatic weapons. This is up 7 points over the last 15 or so months. This is a very important change. We already knew background checks were popular. The Fox News poll finds that there is 90% support for universal background checks, criminal background checks on every gun purchase and sale. However, it is across party lines. 90% of Democrats want universal background checks. 90% of Republicans want universal background checks. This is not common in the United States. So listen, it's clear why Trump's approval is dropping. You have mass violence events. When Barack Obama presided over mass violence events, he would empathize with the victims in a genuine way. It's not that much to ask for, but he did it. Donald Trump attacks political opponents, doubles down on bad ideas, takes smiling thumbs up pictures with a baby just orphaned by the mass shooting. So it makes sense. But even still, even though the trend line is going towards disapproval, how does 40% of the country still approve of the job this man is doing? How does nearly 1/3 of the country think that Donald Trump's actions are pulling the country together when the obvious reality is the opposite of that? How clueless do you have to be to look at what's going on and come away with that opinion? So at the micro level, can we just pass background checks? I mean, 90% of the country wants them. Can we just get it done? At the macro level, we see all of this data. We see Trump's disapproval climbing. We see Trump's polling underwater in a bunch of swing states for the 2020 election. Bernie, Biden, Warren, all polling ahead of Trump in hypothetical matchups. But are we going to remove him or are we going to blow it? That's my question. I'm on Twitter at DPakman. The show is on Twitter at David Pakman Show. And make sure you are getting my live streams on Twitch at twitch.tv/David Pakman. If you love learning new things, you probably want to check this out. The David Pakman Show today is sponsored by Skillshare, and we're giving you 2 entire months of free access to Skillshare when you click the link underneath this video. Skillshare is a vibrant online learning community offering more than 25,000 video classes on just about anything you can think of. Get better at playing an instrument. Learn to use Photoshop, how to edit videos. They have classes on drawing, painting, business, cooking, nutrition, personal productivity, and I'm not even really scratching the surface. I recently took a great class on introductory watercolor painting. I'm still not good, but I am learning, and you can access the entire library of fun, easy to use online courses for free for 2 months by using the link underneath this video. 2 months of learning something that's totally new to you, something you want to get better at, something you already love, or you can get ahead in your career by learning new skills that will help you at your job. I've gotten a ton out of it. Pat has taken some courses that he's found really valuable, and I think you'll love it too. Get started for free by clicking the link under this video.